Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I am Kay Molaski. I'm the Senior Manager of Trade Relations and Education for the Duckhorn Portfolio. And today, on a gorgeous March morning, I have the opportunity to introduce Sonoma-Cutrer Sonoma County Sauvignon Blanc. Woohoo! Those of you who obviously know our company know that Sauvignon Blanc is something that the Duckhorn Portfolio does exceedingly well. And we are just delighted to offer a fourth opportunity with Sauvignon Blanc to a very appreciative audience. Kara Morrison is the Director of Winemaking for Sonoma-Cutrer, and we're going to let Kara explain to you how this wine was made and what it offers. I just wanted to frame things up and remind our audience that if you think about Sauvignon Blanc from the Duckhorn Portfolio, our success with it begins with the Duckhorn Vineyard style. Duckhorn Vineyards has always utilized a little Semillon and a little bit of oak. This one is perhaps a little more melon, a little bit weightier, and I think has the biggest mouthfeel. In a second way of doing Sauvignon Blanc, we've been making decoy Sauvignon Blanc since 2008. And in the decoy version, I feel you get a lot more citrus and a really bright acidity. It's a little leaner. Clearly, we also showed that decoy Sauvignon Blanc could be brought to the market in the featherweight format, and we all know that that's doing exceedingly well in the better for you category. Now, capturing the fact that Sauvignon Blanc is so deeply popular and Sonoma-Cutrer is a leader in the creation of white wines, we're now going to be offering 2024 Sonoma County Sauvignon Blanc from Sonoma-Cutrer. Now, with that as a prelude, Kara, what would you like that team to know about the path to making this and also Sonoma-Cutrer's background with Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes, so we've been making Sauvignon Blanc since 2016. We made a winemaker release, which was kind of a one and done type of deal. So we put out in the market and it was very popular. And so we continued to make it for the tasting room. And so we've been making it since 2016. And then this year with Duckhorn and with this wine focused sales team, we thought we could branch out and do it on a larger scale again.
Yeah, makes sense.
So then when we were charting our course, we looked at the decoy and the Duckhorn styles and kind of were trying to hit something in between. So nice crisp acidity, and not quite as full as the Duckhorn, but not quite as crisp and refreshing as the decoy. So somewhere just in between.
Yeah, makes sense. It's nice to have options, right? I mean,
Exactly.
our company has been, we've been accustomed to that. You know, look at the many ways that we go to market with Cabernet Sauvignon or the many ways we go to market with Pinot Noir. So this is not unprecedented. I know we just tasted it together just a moment ago. I thought it was very lively and very bright, and much like yourself, it's very awake. Tell me a little bit about the production pathway. I think a number of us have come to understand a bit how Sonoma-Cutrer creates your gorgeous Chardonnays. Kind of walk us through the path for making this.
So the Sauvignon Blanc, which is fun because it comes in a little bit before the Chardonnay. It's riper a little sooner, so get to go out to the vineyards more, not as busy, and get to taste the grapes in the vineyard. And we're looking for something, we're not looking for that really green, grassy of the New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. We're looking for something a little bit riper, but not as ripe as we would pick the Chardonnay. So we're looking for something more in the tropical realm of, the guava, passion fruit. So when we get that in the vineyards, we bring that in, and it's 100% tank fermented. And it's a nice clean fermentation, and we get through that fermentation, and then we start getting it blended for bottling so we could get it out to you guys by April 1st, I think is the release date.
Yes, and you told me we're tasting this on March 25th, and you were bottling this in February, right?
Yeah, it was the end of February.
Brand
first
new.
week of March. Yeah.
Brand new. Well, hello. I think that, like you say, that guava tropical quality, I feel like is right on the top of it, and then expectedly with Sauvignon Blanc, there is kind of a back note of pineapple to it a bit that's really pleasant.
And there's a little bit of floral, like honeysuckle, jasmine. It's very aromatic.
It is. It is as it should be. I think about Sauvignon Blanc as being one of those very. It should be very outgoing wine.
Yes. So very fresh. And I think really great for a nice summer day, appetizers.
Very much so. Very much so. And you have it's all Sonoma County. So you're using sources probably here in Russian River, but then maybe some other parts around the county.
Yeah. So Sonoma County. Part of the reason we went with Sonoma County instead of Russian River is that some parts of northern Sonoma County that are not in Russian River are a little bit warmer, which are that go better for growing Sauvignon Blanc grapes.
Okay.
Gets it a little bit riper. Gets the right kind of tropical flavors that we're looking for. So it opened up the whole county to us. Russian River Valley just didn't have enough Sauvignon Blanc for us.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and also, I know Sonoma-Cutrer has always been so popular in restaurants. These wines are so good to eat with. The things that would be good here are just enormous, right? I'm thinking about a number of foods that would be so delicious here. What else would you like a salesperson representing this to make sure they talk about when they bring this into an account?
If they're asking why Sonoma-Cutrer is moving towards Sauvignon Blanc after all these years, we started with Chardonnay in 1981. Took us 20 years. It was 2002. I believe that we started our Pinot program, and now it's 20 years later, and we finally got to Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
So it was a natural progression, being a white winery mostly focused. So it was an easy next step. Plus, Sauvignon Blanc is very popular right now, and people are looking for some lower oaked wines, and so this is an unoaked Sauvignon Blanc, so it just fits a different niche, and so for the Sauvignon Blanc drinkers.
It makes great sense. I think that should do it, Kara, as an introduction to this. Those of you who just viewed this, thank you for your time and attention, and have fun and have great success placing, selling, and enjoying this gorgeous edition of Sauvignon Blanc from the team here at Sonoma-Cutrer. Kara, thank you for the wine.
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.